Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari A to Z Flashback, a series of short playthroughs of the 150 games that make up Atari Flashback Classics for Nintendo Switch. Today's game is Codebreaker. This was a 1978 release by Atari as part of the first post-launch batch of games to be released for the Atari 2600, or the Atari Video Computer System VCS as it was known at the time. And this game was one of three games, alongside Brain Games and one other that I've forgotten the name of, that accompanied the release of the Atari keyboard controller. Now, this was an add-on that was launched in order to address criticisms that despite being called the Video Computer System, the VCS was not a computer as such. So it was very dependent on cartridges. There weren't sort of productivity applications for it and that sort of thing. It was purely a games machine. But the keyboard controller was released in an attempt to make it look a bit more like a computer. But it was still just a number pad basically. So make your own mind up. Anyway, Codebreaker as a game features 3 different games with 6 variations each, all of which are based around sort of guessing combinations of numbers and typing them in using the keyboard controller. And it was quite well received at the time as sort of a solid brain teaser, I guess, but many reviews commented on its deliberate resemblance to the board game Mastermind, which was released in 1970. So if you're familiar with that, that's the one with all the coloured pegs and having to figure out the right combination of things and whether you've got things in the right place or in the right order, or if you've got the right numbers in the wrong place or that sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on in Codebreaker. So let's go play Codebreaker.
Okay, here we are once again with Atari Flashback Classics. Today we're taking a look at Codebreaker, which promises 20 video games. Let's have a look at the manual. So, lovely bit of artwork on the front there. We've got a secret agent and some sort of code cracker. Yeah. So, as we mentioned in the intro, this is a game that uses the keyboard controllers, which you must purchase separately. Yeah. So, how to play. The computer or another player has created the secret code, and your mission is to guess the code. The code's identity is affected by the number of digits. Games feature codes with 3 or 4 digits, and games feature codes with numbers from 1 to 9 or 1 to 6. You have 12 guesses to identify the secret code with the keyboard controller. Use the controller to enter the number digits of your guess onto the screen. The computer will then analyse each number digit of your code guess. Alright. So, glossary. The left-hand score. During Codebreaker games, the upper left number refers to the number of guesses players have made. At the end of the game, the left controller player's score appears in this position. And in the right-hand score, in one-player Codebreaker games, this number appears throughout the game to show the number of consecutive games of Codebreaker you've played. In two-player games, this number refers to the right controller player's score. Right. Computer secret code, player guess, computer symbols. Right, after you register your player guess with the computer will respond with symbols that analyse your guess. A black line signifies that one of the number digits is the correct identity and in the correct position. A white line signifies that one of the number digits is the correct identity but in the incorrect position. Okay, so it's Mastermind basically, but with numbers. Right. One-player Codebreaker games. The computer selects the secret number code. You have 12 guesses. That's basically it. In one player, your score is determined by the number of guesses needed to identify the secret code number. And that's it. Alright. Okay, so continuing on then, the other games that we've got in here are NIM, which is the oldest mathematical game known to man apparently. In this computer version of NIM, there are 1 to 4 stacks of objects. You must take turns with the computer or another player removing any number of objects from any stack. During a turn, you must take at least one object and can take objects out of only one stack. There are 2 types of NIM games. Regular NIM, you win the game when you remove the last object from the screen, or NIM Miserere, you lose the game when you remove the last object from the screen. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. How do you play that one? Use the keyboard controller to move the cursor directly over the stack where you want to remove objects. Press the keyboard controller cursor button to move the cursor on the screen. The number of times you press the button determines the stack where the cursor will appear. For example, press the button 3 times to move the cursor to stack 3. After you've moved the cursor to the stack, press any number button on the keyboard controller and that number of objects will blink and then disappear from the stack. When you're satisfied with all the moves you've made at each stack, press the enter or hash button. Okay. And that's it, I guess. I thought there were 3 types of game in this. Apparently not. Okay, well, let's play. So, Codebreaker. Game number 1. Right, so, 1, 2, 3. Enter. Is that a black line? 1, 4, 5. Aha. Right, so 4 or 5 is correct. Excuse me? Oh, we're only playing from numbers 1 to 6, aren't we? Alright, so 6, 4, 1. Right, we now have 1 in the right place and 1 in the wrong place. How about 6, 1, 4? 2 in the wrong place. 5, 4, 1? 1 in the right place. I think that's probably the 4, isn't it? 3, 4, 2. Nope. So the 4 is definitely right. 1, 4, 1. Nope. 2, 4, 2. Nope. 3, 4, 3. 6, 4, 6. Ooh, 2 in the right place. There's something 4, 6. It's not 5. 4, 4, 6. Hooray! I win. Okay, so that's how that works. Like I say, it's Mastermind, just with numbers. Alright, let's try it with numbers up to 9. 1, 2, 3. 1 in the wrong place. 3, 4, 5. 1 in the right place. Alright, so 3's correct. So 3, 6, 7. 2 in the wrong place. So 3, 7, 6, surely. Hooray! I'm the best at this game. Alright, do we play again? Yes, you just press a key to play again. 1, 2, 3. 1 in the right place. 3, 4, 5. 1 in the right place. That doesn't help me. 1, 5, 4. 2 in the right place. 1, 4, 4. I'm better at this than I thought I was. Alright, okay, so that's how the Codebreaker game works. What else do we have in here? 2-player. Ooh, 4 digits. You're on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 in the wrong place. 3, 4. Oh, no, done that wrong. How do you delete? 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 in the right place, 2 in the wrong place. Alright, so 3, 4, 1, 2. Nope. I'm sorry. 3's... Shut up. Five, 6, 3, 4. All in the wrong place. So 3 was right. So 3, 5, 4, 6. Nope. 3 was not in the right place. 6, 4, 3, 5. 2 and 2. 6, 4, 5, 3. There we go. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Not sure it's a game that I would have sort of spent a lot of money on back in the day, but you bear in mind that this was a game that was released as a whole package by itself. This was the entire game. This is something that would be a mini game in a modern game today, but no, this was the whole thing. You bought your cartridge, and this was on it. Alright, and then that's 4 digits, 1 to 9. Okay, so, 1 player Nim, winner removes last, computer sets up. Okay, so we press the asterisk key to move between the stacks, and then we type how many things we want to take off, I think. And then confirm that. Then the computer is going to take those 3. Then if I take 2 there, then the computer will take 1. No, if I take all 3 of these, then the computer will take that one. And then I take this one. And I win because I'm the best. Okay. Then again. Is that the same pattern every time? Surely you can win every time. Oh no, the computer went first that time. Interesting. So he's taken that whole stack there. If I then take 2 off here. He then takes 1. And I take that. This is not very difficult to win. Again. Oh, I go first again. Alright, so 4. Okay. Then I take 2. Yeah, this is pretty easy to win. Okay, so that's Nim. Then the other one player Nim, loser removes last. So you have to not be the last person to do things. And then you can set things up yourself from the look of things as well. So if we say... Okay, right, so each column you choose between 1 and 9 things to have to begin with. So if you then press hash, does that begin the game? I'll then take 8 off there. Computer will then take 3 off there. I'll then take another 8 off here. Okay. I then take 3 off there. He's going to take that whole stack. Then I'll take this one. He'll take that one. And I will win. Not a lot to that, is there? But, you know, it could be quite fun in 2 players, especially if you do some sort of custom setups. And that's about it. That's pretty much everything this game offers. So, I mean, there's not a lot to that game, but it is a reasonable showcase for what the keyboard controllers offer, and the ways that they can provide kind of a different sort of game to what you would just play with a joystick. And remember, this and the keyboard controllers were released partly as a response to people who accused the 2600, or the VCS as it was known then, of not being a computer. It was marketed as the Atari Video Computer System. But people, quite rightly, saw it as a games machine. But the release of the keyboard controllers and this game and Brain Games and one other one that I forgot the name of was intended to show people that there was sort of a more educational, mathematical side that you could enjoy on this computer, on this console. Whether or not it worked, I don't know, but it certainly provided sort of a few interesting twists on the usual formula. Something a little bit different from shooting things or avoiding things or bouncing things up and down or whatever you care to do in 2600 games of the period. But anyway, that's Codebreaker. That's pretty much everything there is to say, I guess. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. New episodes of Atari A to Z are on Tuesdays and Atari ST A to Z on Thursdays. Check out atariatoz.wordpress.com for a full archive. Do please also check out my other projects moegamer.net, where I explore Japanese and Japanese-inspired games from yesterday and today, and videopackgames.wordpress.com, which aims to catalogue the small but well-formed library of the Philips G7000 Videopack computer, also known as the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You can also support my work on Patreon or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.